I want to talk to you about why your health is at risk. Okay? Now, the World Health Organization, they actually have an article they've literally just released on how to improve your health, right? Like how to improve your immune system, how to increase your chances of surviving corona. And the World Health Organization have an article on this. But as I was reading it, I was thinking to myself, okay, so basically one of the things they tell us to do is to eat healthy. And it got me thinking, because I like to always think about things. I don't just take things someone says as the truth just because they're wearing a suit. Like the people that watch the news, they just listen to what they say and they take it as gospel truth because the person's wearing a suit or whatever. Like that's not me. I've never been like that my whole life. Even when I was at school, I was never like that. So the World Health Organization, they said eat healthy. I kid you not. They said eat healthy. So I'm reading it, I'm like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Like, if I don't know anything about how to eat healthy, the governing body of the world health, like the worldwide health, have told us, eat healthy. Like, what does that even mean? Are you kidding me? So this is why I have a job, because, I mean, it should be clear by now, folks, like, if the penny hasn't dropped, like, they don't give a shit about us. Like, wow, this is a very triggering topic for a lot of people, but if you just look at the system and how it works, right? I'm talking about the health system, by the way. If you look at the health system, then you see why, just ask yourself the question. Like I was in the supermarket the other day and I'm in there and I'm thinking to myself, hang on a minute, why are companies like Nestle still in business? Why are companies like Cadbury's, Pringles, like why are all these products that we know are not good for human health in the supermarket easily accessible and cheap for us to buy? Like if the powers that be, I don't know who runs the world, I don't want to get into all of that, but surely if these powers that be, the governments and all that kind of stuff, if they wanted their citizens to be healthy, why are they selling the processed food that is known to, promote obesity? Like, why is that happening? And I was thinking to myself, of course, it's money. They're making money out of it. So we get sick, and then guess what? We have to go to the doctor. Doctor tells us we're diabetic. Here's metformin. Here's more insulin. Pay up. Give me some money. Oh, you're sick again. Oh, you're even more sick. Oh, you need a gastric bypass because you're eating too much processed food. Oh, okay. Here's more. Give us more money. Go to hospital. And it's just this whole cycle, right? And this is what's happening. And it just boggles my mind how people think that a pill is going to save their life. Like, what's going to save your life is mastering your health and lifestyle factors, okay? Because that's all we can control. Like, you can't, it's cause and effect. Cause and effect is the law of the land. Like, I understand that the processed food is a problem, right? But we can take control of what we can control. So if we are also, not taking care of ourselves every day and then thinking, if I get sick, I can just take a pill. That's not a great way to look at it, is it? I mean, that's surely not a smart approach to life. Like, you can't, if you do that in your business, like, I'm just going to treat my business like shit and then, I'll get bailed out from the government, whatever. Like, that's not going to happen, okay? So what I'm talking about here is our health is at risk, okay? And most people are addicted to sugar. A lot of my clients who come to me, they're addicted, right? They're craving stuff. But now, after they work with me, they're not craving anything. And why is that? Well, it's because they're not nutrient deficient anymore. Like, my whole focus is get people healthy, then the weight will come off, right? Like, normalize their hormones, give them the nutrients and vitamins they need that they're deficient in, and then they'll start losing the weight. So as it relates to what's going on right now, how can we do this in the best way possible? Well, the first step is to understand that, you've probably heard this before, you need to improve your immune system. Now, what does that mean? Like, you've probably heard this so many times in the last couple of weeks, right? But ultimately it means, living the healthy lifestyle. That's what it fucking means. Like, it's not the protocol, it's just how you live your life. Like, you have to, this is a mindset shift. It's a shift in identity. Like, I don't need to have an immune system boosting protocol because this is just how I live my life. The foods I eat every day, the nutrients I put in my body every day boost my immune system. So I'm not worried about, getting corona, for example. Like, shit, I might have had it already. Who knows? I was coughing a few days ago. But if you're healthy, right, if you have a healthy lifestyle, then you won't be worried about it. I was speaking to a guy, he's diabetic. I was speaking to a guy on Instagram. And, he was telling me how he's shit scared. He's 5'7", he's 300 pounds, right? And I asked him, are you diabetic yet? And he said, not yet. And I was like, well, straight away, the language he's using is not good. Like, not yet. That's basically presupposing, telling his brain that he's going to get diabetes. And it's like, I asked him, do you realize that you're actually at risk of, if you do contract corona, God forbid, obviously we don't want to wish any bad on anyone, but God forbid if he contracts corona, he may die. Because he is what the World Health Organization has said of the mortality rate. The people that are dying of corona are the people with pre-existing health conditions, right? What does that mean? That means people that are diabetic, people that are obese, people that smoke like a chimney, people that are alcoholic. These are the people that die. Of course, the elderly as well, but people that have autoimmune diseases. Like, these are the people that are, there's so many studies been done now on the mortality on the people that have died of corona. And these are the facts that are coming back, that these people are, they have pre-existing health conditions. So if you're watching this and you have a pre-existing health condition that you're worried about, and not just for you, but maybe your family members, maybe your partner has a pre-existing health condition as well. Like, I'm not here to say I can solve all your problems, but I'm saying that, I can definitely help with diabetes, for example, okay, because that's something that I know how to reverse naturally with food, without meds, okay? Get you off the metformin. Like, you don't need to be, okay, the root cause of diabetes is insulin. So why are doctors still prescribing insulin to combat a problem that was created by insulin? It doesn't make any sense, right? But then when you look deeper, you're like, oh, metformin, multi-billion-dollar industry every year for pharmaceutical companies. Makes sense why they would do that, right? So there's no money in having a person who's reversed diabetes naturally. There's no money in that person. They're not going to give you money for metformin because they don't need it. So anyway, I digress. That's a massive topic. I'm really passionate about this, as you can tell, because people should not be diabetic. And even if they are, they can reverse it, right? So it's all about lowering insulin. It's all about improving health, right? And the way you do that is by, first of all, making a decision that you're going to master this area of your life. So, most people are overweight. Most people justify why they're overweight, and they hang out with people who justify why they're overweight. It's kind of like, if you can't get a six-pack, you're going to hang out with people who have also failed at getting a six-pack to make you feel better about not getting a six-pack, right? And this is not about a six-pack, by the way. Like, it's not about getting shredded. It's not about that. It's about, not worrying about getting sick. That's what I'm talking about, right? So how do we stop that worry? How do we prevent this from happening? Well, okay, so we need to understand that we need to shift our identity, okay? Because, for example, if you're watching me right now and you're saying, Aaron, like, I don't want to be as fit as you, like, straight away, you're not identifying with a healthy lifestyle. Like, you don't have to be like me. You don't have to work out 3 times a week. People look at me, they think I work out every day. When I started this 4 years ago, I looked at people that worked out, because I didn't work out for 27 years, and I thought, that guy must live in the gym, because to look the way he looks, he must live in the gym, and my business is too important for that shit, therefore I'm not doing it. And that was the story. We live our life according to the stories we tell ourselves. So that was the story I told myself. And of course, the story I told myself made me not take action, which made me not get the results, which made me have hate in my heart. And then when I saw someone who had the results I wanted, I just thought to myself, that guy's freaking... I just started justifying why I couldn't have what that person had, okay? And it's like an identity shift. Like, I am not the person who doesn't train, who doesn't eat right. Like, I love myself. Like, I was telling my mom, I was back in England last week for 2 months, and I was just observing my mum's habits, right? And she's an athlete, but she's a cyclist, and she does like 100 kilometers every couple of weeks, and she's not worried about getting coronavirus, and she's 57. But anyway, I'll talk about that in a second. But what was interesting, observing her habits and how she eats and all that kind of stuff, and of course she eats how I eat now, but it's like she doesn't love herself that much to want to eat food. How do I say it? So I would cook for myself, and then she would want what I was cooking. So it's like, wait a minute. The food's in the fridge. Like, you can go and eat it if you want to, but she didn't want to go eat it because she just didn't. She doesn't place that as a high priority, like her nutrition. She does the cycling thing, right? But when it comes to nutrition, it's not top of the list, and she doesn't know what she's doing. Obviously, she's got me, which she's lucky for, because I help optimize her health. But what I'm saying is, it needs to be a priority. Like, you need to treat yourself with the ultimate, maximum self-love, right? Like, you need to really love yourself. And people say, oh yeah, I love myself. But they don't really, because they're not backing it up with the actions that, warrant that. So, if you really love yourself, you will put the right fuel in your body, right? And of course, I still eat sugar sometimes, but especially not now, right? Not at this time. Because okay, let's talk about sugar now, shall we? Okay, sugar is a killer of your immune system. So if you're eating sugar every day, you are more likely to get coronavirus. Fact. You cannot argue with that shit. Sugar impairs immune system function, okay? So, if you actually think about it, like the World Health Organization, I referred to them earlier in this live, and I said, I read an article from the World Health Organization, and they said eat healthy. And he also said eat less sugar, right? Like eat less sugar, okay? Eat less processed food. That's what they said. Soros, he's the owner of the, founder of the World Health Organization, or the chairman or whatever. He's the leader of it. Anyways, that's what this article said, okay? Now, I would go as far as to say, in this time, eliminate sugar completely, okay? Because it's no fun waking up every day fearing that you're going to get coronavirus. Like, I've already prepared for the worst, meaning the worst thing that can happen is I get coronavirus. So if I have prepared for that, then I want to make sure that I'm healthy so I can overcome it, right? Does that make sense? So if you're scared of getting coronavirus, but you're still eating sugar and you're still smoking, you're obese, like this is gonna, you're basically increasing your chances of going to the hospital. So I'm not an infection guy or anything like that. I'm just talking about the basic principles of health, because everything that I talk about, like everything that I help my clients with day to day for the last 4 years, it's now even more important. And people are like, well, how can I boost my immune system? It's like, this is just basic health principles. Get great sleep, eat nutrient dense foods, don't be nutrient deficient. And when you do that, by the way, you will not crave sugar, okay? If you are getting all the nutrients, minerals and nutrients your body requires, your cravings will go away, okay? That's the secret. Everyone wants to know what the secret is. There's always a secret, right? That's the secret. And you couple that with fasting, not eating for a certain time of day, you will start to notice that, number one, you feel better, you're healthier, and number two, your weight starts to drop, okay? Your fat starts to go away. Couple that with strength training, the right strength training for you, and then you start effortlessly, packing on lean muscle and then shredding up and feeling better, no brain fog, no bloatedness when you eat, and you just feel limitless every day. Like you're on fire every single day. And that's how I feel every day. That's how my clients feel every day. And it's really amazing, right? Like it's like seeing for the first time. That's how I describe it. Because if you are used to feeling shitty all the time, you don't know how good you should be feeling, because you're used to feeling shitty all the time. It's kind of like if I go into someone's house and they're a smoker, right? I can instantly smell the smoke. They can't smell it because they're used to that environment. So that's their normal, right? But for me, that's not my normal. So I'll step in there and be like, bloody hell, there's so much smoke in it. But they can't smell it. Similarly, if they come to, no, that's the example, right? So just understand that there is a next level, and it goes beyond you. It's your family too. I'll give you an example. When I was back in England, my dad's partner, she eats a lot of sugar, right? And if she's watching this, I hope she is. She eats a lot of sugar, and her daughter eats a lot of sugar. Okay? But me as a health coach, I see all these habits that a daughter's doing. Like, she won't eat dinner, she'll just go and eat lollipops and chocolate and Nutella. And I'm like, I want to just like tell her what to do, but if you understand how humans work, and I'm a coach, so I understand that I can't just tell someone what to do and expect them to do it. That's never going to work, okay? That's not how humans work. So I can't say, look, don't eat that, eat this. That's not how it works. So I have to ask her, why are you eating the Nutella with this tortilla bread for dinner? Why are you eating this cereal for dinner when you can have dinner that your mum made for you? Like, what's going on there? And, you know, that's another part of the problem is the parents have no idea about nutrition because they've never mastered their health, and they're giving those habits down to their kids. So, you know, when they talk about, oh, diabetes runs in my family, that to me is absolute bull. Unless it's type 1 diabetes. If it's type 2 diabetes, that's absolute bullshit. That's what you're saying is, translation is, my shit habits for eating have trickled down into my kid's shit habits, therefore my kid now has diabetes. That's basically what is going on there, right? So it's about switching it up, like shifting people's mindsets. That's all I do. That's what I get paid for, is shifting your mindset, how you look at things, how are you looking at this problem. Like, you know, this is like the biggest problem I've solved in my life, by the way, is health and how to stay healthy. I've been like this for 4 years. I've been in this shape for the last 4 years. So clearly something's up, right? Clearly I know what I'm doing. And my clients, you know, there's a client of mine, he's been with me for 3 years. Well, not with me, but I helped him a large part for 6 months. And then he sustained his results for 3 years now. And I see him, he's still shredded, he's still ripped, he's still going to the gym, still got these habits. And that's what it's about. It's about building these healthy habits to become a different person. Like, you got to become someone else. Like, you have to step into the identity that you are a healthy person. You don't need to do some quick immune boosting protocol for coronavirus, because you are living in that body every day. Like, this is your reality. Like, you always have a strong immune system because of the way you eat. Does that make sense? Like, there's a massive difference between doing a 30-day workout plan and consistently, relentlessly, every single week, going to the gym for 3 times a week. There's a massive difference between those two people. I can tell you the future of those two people. The person that does the 30-day challenge and the person that commits to 3 days a week for the year. Like, for life, right? Like 3 times a week. If you just commit Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's non-negotiable. I'm in the gym because this is me giving myself proof that I'm the healthy person. Then you're going to start getting the results. And it's going to be a way of life, right? It's all habit building. It's basic habit building, right? This is what we're talking about. So, boosting your immune system. Okay, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, zinc, and what else we got? Oh yeah, sleep. That big one. And then obviously resistance training, right? So those are the main ones. And vitamin A, you can get it in plant form from carrots, like beta carotene. But the most absorbed form of vitamin A is retinol. And retinol is in animal foods, right? So animal foods are liver, eggs, it's in eggs, and cod liver oil, okay? So if you don't like liver, you can eat eggs, but eggs has less vitamin A. Liver has the most out of any food on the planet, vitamin A. And vitamin A is crucial for the function of your immune system and also your skin and your eyes. So if you've got dry skin, if you've got eczema, if you've got psoriasis, it's probably because you're deficient in vitamin A. More than half the American population is deficient in vitamin A. Okay, so cod liver oil is a great substitute for that. All right, so if you don't like the liver, then you can get cod liver oil. Now, what's the next thing you can get? Okay, so we've done vitamin A. Now we're going to vitamin C. Vitamin C, there's numerous benefits, right? Like, boost your immune system, everyone knows that. But beyond that, it's like, it helps regulate your cells, and it helps, you know, if you've got dandruff, vitamin C, you're vitamin C deficient, like all these things, right? But you can't store vitamin C, so we need to take it often throughout the day. Okay, so you can get vitamin C supplements. I just did a Facebook post on that. But vitamin C, you can't really get it from animal products. There is a trace amount of vitamin C in liver, but for the most part, it's all about the plants. Now, plants is a massive topic. I'm not going to go into that on this video because there are lots of people out there, and I know personally, who eat their 5 a day, which by the way is bullshit. No one knows where that's from, by the way. It's just made up nonsense. 5 a day is absolute nonsense. There's no literature on 5 a day, like no way. So there are some certain vegetables that actually, harm your gut because vegetables have anti-nutrients, okay? Lectins, phytates, okay? All of these things that cause issues in the gut. So if you have autoimmune diseases, like if you've got endometriosis, if you've got psoriasis, if you've got acne, if you've got all these autoimmune illnesses like Crohn's, IBS, like IBD, all of these things, then there's certain vegetables that you can't eat because they're going to ruin your gut and it's going to make your condition worse. But that's another video for another day, all right? So there's certain vegetables that actually help, like some people do well on bell peppers, some people do well eating broccoli, all these kind of things. But they're high in vitamin C, broccoli, kale, kiwi is high, papaya is high in vitamin C, and then you've got lemon. I like to squeeze lemon in my water, that's good. Sip it with a straw. And then we've got vitamin A, vitamin C, and now we're going to go to vitamin D. Oh, vitamin D is like one of the most important nutrients ever, right? Why do people get sick in the winter? Have you ever wondered that? Like, why don't I get sick in the summer? Why do I always get sick in the winter? Well, it's because of vitamin D3, okay? We don't get sunlight in the winter, do we? So that's why everyone gets sick, okay? And sure, there's going to be some people that are going to be like, no, man, it's not that. Whatever. Get at me, I don't care. But that's the facts, right? Because vitamin D regulates your immune system. And vitamin D is crucial for other things too, like the absorption of calcium, okay? Vitamin D and also vitamin K. So vitamin D, if you're taking the calcium supplement, for example, and you are thinking you're absorbing calcium, you're actually not, because you need vitamin D present to absorb the calcium. Then you need vitamin K to push that calcium into the bones and the cartilage, okay? So that's what you need. And so we've done vitamin D. Vitamin D, you can get that from eggs, you can get that from liver, you can get that from, eggs and liver, that's pretty much the basics, yeah? And then what we got, vitamin E. Vitamin E is really important for the skin health, right? And also immune system as well. Oh, I forgot about magnesium. Magnesium, I have a magnesium spray. I use it as my deodorant. I don't use aluminium deodorant because that's toxins put into your body. But that's personal care. That's a whole, see how deep health is. Like personal care products is a whole topic. I could do a whole video on personal care products, why all the makeup and fucking lipstick and shampoo is all bullshit. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about, what's it called? Okay, so we've done magnesium, which helps you sleep, which helps muscle recovery, okay, and also shown to boost the immune system as well. Then we got zinc, okay, you need zinc. Zinc is good. If you're a man and you're deficient in zinc, I'm probably guessing you're not eating red meat or you're not eating oysters, okay, because oysters are the highest form of zinc in food, okay, so where people want to get supplement for all of these things, you want to start eating real food, okay, so if you're eating beef, you're covered for zinc, like don't worry about it, you're good, right? And if you're eating oysters, you're good also. Like food's high in zinc, okay? Beef and oysters, they're the highest. So why not just eat that? 80-20 rule, right? Like focus on the essentials, eliminate all the rest. That's how I run my life, that's how I run my business, and that's how the clients that I enroll get the results, because they just focus on the 20% that gets them 80% of the results. And that's it. You're gonna boost your immune system with the zinc, okay? And you're gonna increase your sperm count and fertility as a male if you're eating zinc, right? So, what else we got? Selenium. People are taking selenium supplements. Selenium is in beef. Why don't just eat beef, right? All the B vitamins, okay? If you got brain fog and you're fatigued every day, right? Probably you're magnesium deficient and you're also B6 and B12 deficient, okay? Because these are the nutrients that you need for mental clarity. Guess what? Beef. Guess what? Liver. Okay, liver has all the B vitamins you need. You don't need a B complex supplement to take. However, you can take that, but you're not going to be absorbing all of those nutrients, because supplements typically absorb between 15 to 20% of, whatever is in the supplement. You absorb 15 to 20% of it. So this is why I always say eat real food. And this is why I talk about nutrient-dense food. We're talking about the micronutrients that are important, that help you build the immune system. People look at what I eat and they think it's just, meat. No, there's a reason for it, because the meat, if you look at it, has all the micronutrients that we need, okay? The meat, seafood, and eggs primarily, and of course we have some vegetables, some seasonal vegetables, like some fruits, like avocados, some blueberries, and this is all you need, like people complicate it too much. And of course, everyone's a bio individual, so what works for me may not work for you, and that's why the business model I run is we set up a call, and then we talk on the phone and see what you're struggling with, what you need help with, what you tried before, why you think it didn't work, and then we go ahead and map out a plan to help you move forward and get unstuck, so health is never a problem for you, so you can solve these problems moving forward, okay? And it's not going to be like this ongoing thing where you constantly need to like get some new training or something. It's like, no, I'm going to give you the fish, but I'm also going to teach you, because if you don't get taught how to master your health, you'll always be on that treadmill or that hamster wheel buying all these courses, these supplements, and you'll still not know what to do 5 years later. And I've seen so many people do that, right? And just for the record, I don't focus on calories because it's not about calories. The calories in, calories out doesn't work long term. It's been proven by science. Just look at The Biggest Loser. Classic example, right? And this is getting outside of what I started the video with, but The Biggest Loser is a show in America where you get these really big people and you severely reduce their calories and you severely increase the amount of exercise they're doing. Now, that works for the short term. They lose weight for the short term. Anyone can lose weight if you severely, drastically reduce their calories and increase their exercise for a short period of time, 2 to 3 weeks. But after that, what's going to happen is your body's going to go in starvation mode, because your body's not going to keep burning that level of calories. Your body's going to reduce its metabolism, but you're still eating up here. Before, you were eating just in a deficit. You were eating here, your body's burning this much of calories, right? So you're losing weight. But then what happens is your body slows down the rate at which it burns calories, but you're still eating this much. And then all of a sudden, you lower the amount you're eating, you lower it, and then all of a sudden, all the food you're eating is stored as fat. Okay, so this is what is happening to millions of people around the world who are trying all the like, I'm not going to name the companies, but there's massive weight loss companies out there that are literally scams, like literally scams. And people are gladly paying because they're part of a community, okay? They're part of a community of all these other people that are not getting results. But it's just the human psyche that you want to be in a group, right? Like you want to belong. So even though they're not getting results, even though they're still fat a year later, they're still paying these scam companies. And it's crazy, right? And some of them come to me and they ask for my help, and I gladly help them. Right? One of my clients recently, he came to me crying because he had done the whole calories in, calories out thing, He had done the 30 days, he slashed his calories, and he was in a caloric deficit, and he was going to the gym every single day for 30 days, and he was on the elliptical machine, burning 333 calories a day, 30-minute workout. Guess what? After 30 days, he lost 0 calories. 0. Okay? So this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem. Okay? People are following the wrong strategies. And when you follow the right strategies, you will get the results you want. All right? So, summary. The World Health Organization tells us that we must eat healthy, but it doesn't tell us what that actually means. Like, what does that mean? Right? So you need to understand that eating healthy is about nutrient-dense food, getting enough sleep, and the right strength training for you. And that's it in a nutshell. All right? So if you found this helpful and you want more information, go to healthmastery.net, check out the website, and you can go and opt into the free web class. I've recorded a 45-minute video that talks about the strategies, the method that we use to help our clients go from overweight to in amazing shape, right? And we detail all of that on that website. Or alternatively, if you're ready to book a call and you're just like, I want to get on the phone with you and chat about my situation, go to callwithaaron.net, and then we can go ahead and take it from there. All right, go ahead and do that, and I'll talk to you very soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Aaron. See ya. and enjoy. Actually, tomorrow in Bali is Nyepi. Nyepi is Silent Day. So basically, it's a day where I think they like cleanse all the spirits in the island for a day, right? So it's basically one day they shut off all the internet, and it's quarantine for 24 hours basically. There's no internet, you can't go outside, all right? So that's going to be interesting. It's my favorite day of the year. I'm just at home, there's no internet, no one's on the roads, everyone's at home, and it's just super quiet. Basically sounds like quarantine right now in the whole world, right? Anyway, I will talk to you soon.